Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the 8 o'clock draw at the National Capital Curling Center, home of the Potomac Curling Club. This morning's game at 8 o'clock will feature Team Dutt out of the Philadelphia Curling Club and Team Dunnam out of the Philadelphia Curling Club. While the teams are still working on the practice slides, let's take a look at the lineups for this morning's game, starting with Team Dutt. Playing lead for Team Dutt will be Philip Mack. Throwing second rocks will be Cameron Vike. Throwing the vice rocks will be Cody Klauser, and again, the team is skipped by Daniel Dutt. Let's take a look at Team Dunnam, also out of the Philadelphia Curling Club. Throwing lead is Steven Zemsel. Throwing second stones is Andrew Dunnam. Throwing vice is Andrew Stapera, and the team is skipped by Scott Dunnam. Teams should be finishing up their practice, and we will get back to live curling at 8 o'clock on the dot. Thanks for tuning in, and you should have a great game today.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Potomac Curling Club's broadcast from the National Capital Curling Center of the Grand National Curling Club's Junior Playdowns. Today we are featuring a men's junior game between Team Dudt and Team Dunnam. Both teams are undefeated in Division B. The winner of this will have a serious advantage going into the playoffs. The loser will still be in the playoffs, but they'll have to win more games to make it all the way to nationals. Once again, we have one team from this event going to nationals, and in the playoffs, the top two teams from Division B will face off against the top two teams from Division A. We're also tracking our other games. A lot of games with playoff implications here. If things wind up a certain way, we could have three teams tied for second place in Division A, which would lead to all sorts of funky, complicated games that I don't really know what would happen. But that's all right. Joining me here on our broadcast booth today is one of my good friends, Joe. Say hi, Joe.
Good morning, Michael. How are you doing this morning?
A little tired, but that's all right.
I'm in the same boat, but we've got plenty of coffee. We got some good curling today. We got 2 3-0 teams playing. It should be an excellent match. I'm really looking forward to it.
Same here. You know, I'm also looking forward to our game starting at noon today. That game is between, on the women's junior side, Team Ely and Team Sarah Anderson. Both of those teams are 3-0 and are guaranteed spots in women's junior nationals. But this one's just for pride because the winner of our noon game gets declared GNCC champion.
Wow, that's something that we like to see already. And we did plan this on purpose so everybody could be watching this on a Saturday morning.
Oh, of course.
So
8 a.m. on a Saturday morning? What else are you going to be doing? Sleeping? Game's just about to get underway, folks. We'll resume with the first rock. And there's the whistle from our official. Looks like Team Dudd gets hammer in the first end. So Stephen Simple will lead off for the yellow team. Correction, Andrew Dunnam is lead. Philip Mack leading off for Team Dudd. Both of these teams are from Philly, so I'm sure they've played each other before. Andrew Dunnam with his second rock. Looks like they're trying to draw around.
I like the line on this one. I think they're going to hold it. And they do.
They let up because they don't want it to go too far back.
Back 4, that's a pretty nice shot.
That's actually very nice. That rock is completely covered. Looks like Team Dudd wants to match it. Philip with his second rock.
like the line on this one, too.
Yet again, Skinny's by the guard.
Oh, that's a peach.
Freezes right on top. As we look at the overhead, there can't be more than about 2 inches between those rocks. Steven Semple's first rock. This one's a little wide and heavy, winds up drifting to the back of the forefoot. Cameron's first rock. It's definitely a takeout. And he peels away the top rock. Steven with his second rock. Winds up doing a bump. Dutt comes out with takeout weight. This is his second, Cameron Weiss's second rock. So they're trying to hold the line.
And they do. Wow, that's a nice sweeping by that front end.
And those rocks line up almost perfectly. He got exactly the roll he wanted to.
Teams are already shooting, showing like they're already 3-0 teams.
Apparently, one of them wants to play fewer games. Weiss, Andrews, Tapora. Weiss for Team Dudd, Cody Klauser. Looks like a heavy draw weight. They oversweep and it doesn't hit anything. This is Andrews' final rock for the first end. Winds up moving 2 rocks, one his own and one red. Looks like Dutt is still shot rock, but Dunnam is sitting 2, 3, and 4. Cody Klauser's final rock. Pardon that. Andrew Stapora's final rock.
I muffed that one up too.
Sorry for the confusion there, folks. It's Cody's final rock. And he clears up the house some.
Okay, so
2 left for each.
okay, so I'm gonna do
+1 for yellow. And then get rid of 1 for red.
got it. Oops, yeah, okay.
Scott Dunnam skipped for the yellow team, about to throw his first rock. His team's given him an impressive performance so far. Let's see if he can match it. Coming out with draw weight.
It's hanging quite a bit. Sweepers aren't on it either. They might think it's too
They're
heavy.
waiting. They want it to curl.
But ticks that red, it's gonna flash almost.
Daniel Dudd with his first rock of the first end. I think he's going to wind up on the wrong side. But no, he plays that well. Dudd's sitting 3 in the house with nothing for Dunnam. One of the other games we will be watching for you today is McMakin versus Suslovich over on sheet A. They're both in Division A, the two top place teams right now. McMakin is 3-0. Suslovich is 2-1. Dunnam with his final rock. Oh, it looks like it might overcurl. He's going to hit and sit. Dunnam gets the hit and sit, but he leaves Dutt with an open hit. And if Dudd can hit and sit, he will take 3 in the first end. That's an excellent way to open your game. Daniel Dutt with the hammer.
Oh, Sweeper's on that really fast. Hopefully his line's all right.
He's a little light,
Nah,
but I think they've
they're
kept it
fine.
there.
That looks good.
Definitely needed the sweep all the way. Without it, it would have overcurled.
And that's 3.
Yep, Daniel Dutt scores 3 in the first end, taking a nice lead over Team Dunnam. As one of our commenters, Jeff Hannon, in the chat box has noted, another game featuring into the playoffs today is Team Unterborn playing Team Oliver. Unterborn and Oliver are playing on sheet C right now. Unterborn is 2-1, and Oliver is 1-2. If Unterborn wins, they would definitely be part of the playoffs, or at least part of a tiebreaker into the playoffs. If Team Oliver wins, they need a little bit of help. Team McMakin would need to beat Suslovich, and then we would have a 3-way tie for second place. Came in like snuck in.
Yeah, you snuck in the back door.
Philip Mack with the first rock for the second end. Philip drawing into the house, top of the 8-foot. Andrew Dunnam with the lead rock for Team Yellow. He's going to come into the house. Philip Mack, second rock for Team Dutt.
Very nice.
Very nice hit and sit.
That's right. It was an arena. Yeah, because if the Philly club was south of Philly, it'd be even better for us.
And Dunnam matches with another hit and sit. This is Cameron's first rock of the second end. Yet another hit and sit. Dunnam going for the other rock. Ooh, goes for the double and gets it.
Ooh, that's a beautiful double there. Very nice shot by Mr. Zemsel.
And perfect weight. Not too much, not too little, just enough.
Absolutely.
Team Dudd going for another hit. Hits and rolls a little close to the center line.
Both these teams are in the play, or in, they made it past the round robin, right?
Yes, they're in the playoffs.
Yeah, they're both undefeated, right?
Both undefeated, and they're going for
See.
advantage.
Yeah.
If you win, you have to win one fewer times in order to be champion. Team Dunnam hits and rolls over to the other side of the house. Cody with his first rock of the second end. Andrew with his first rock of the second end.
People watching.
Cody with his final rock for the second end. Andrew with his final rock of the second end. Andrew gets the hit and rolls, biting the 12-foot. Daniel with his first rock of the second end. Scott Dunnam with his first rock. Rock looks a little soft. Sweepers managed to put it in. Yeah, we'll have to check it out later.
So these two Philly teams playing?
Yep. Daniel Dudd with his final rock of the second end. As long as he hits, he should be fine. He hits. And I think he's still biting on the edge of the 12-foot. We have a score update over on sheet A. Suslovich took 1 in the first end with the hammer. Suslovich is leading McMakin 1-0. And over on sheet C, Team Oliver again took 1 in the first end, this time stealing over Team Unterborn. Dunnam's final rock. His sweepers are on it all the way. He hits. Manages to miss the feet, which is a good thing, and rolls out. So, blank end.
A little too close for comfort.
We haven't had a chance to check our pictures, folks. We will get to that as soon as we can.
Kids have such faster reflexes than us. Oh yeah, we would cry.
Looks like we somehow forgot to get Team Dutt's picture, so unfortunately we won't have their pictures in the lower thirds. Sorry, moms. Steven throwing his first rock for the third end. He hits and rolls about halfway past the red rock. Cameron's second rock for Team Dutt. He needs it to curl. He might wind up picking out his own rock. Flashes his own just a little bit and pushes it to the left side of the 8-foot, leaving Team Dunnam in shot position.
Interesting call going for the hit here.
Steven comes out of the hack with quite a bit of force. That was not a lot of ice as Skip gave him. Sweepers sweep it a lot. Hits and rolls left. Over on sheet A, looks like Suslovich took at least one in the second end. I'm sorry. Correction. McMakin took two. McMakin is now up 2-1. Sometimes you gotta guess. And a quick update over on sheet C, where Unterborn is playing Oliver. Unterborn scored 2 with the hammer in the second end. Unterborn is now leading 2-1 as they play the third. Over back here on sheet B, we have our Vice for Team Dunnam throwing his first rock. Winds up drawing and biting the 4-foot. Dutt's calling for a hit and a roll behind the yellow guard. Cody Klauser with his first rock, second rock of the third end. Winds up with a hit and sit. Dunnam calling for the same shot, the hit and roll behind cover. Andrew with his final rock for the third end. He hits and rolls the other way, jams on his own rock, but still winds up sitting 1-2, but leaves his rocks doubleable. For those of you who have been listening, this has been debated, but I have declared that doubleable is a word. Plus, it's just fun to say doubleable, doubleable, doubleable. Looks like Daniel is going to go for the double. Daniel Dudd with his first rock. Sweepers are on it. He's going to get the hit. Doesn't quite get the double. Scott Dunnam with his first rock. Gets the hit and sit. And as Mr. Kempenich in the comments has stated, doubleable is a word according to a wiki dictionary. Thank you for creating that entry for me. Daniel Dudd with essentially the same shot available, going for the double. This is his final rock. If he misses, he'll leave Dunnam with an excellent opportunity for 2 or 3. Sweepers come off. They need it to curl. It's really close. Just picks out the top one and rolls out of the house. Dunnam should have an easy draw for 2. Scott Dunnam with hammer. He's going for the draw for 2 here, folks. Sweepers are just cleaning the rock. Now they come off completely. He's definitely going to use the backing. Dutt sweeps hard. Uses backing very effectively. So Scott Dunnam takes 2 in the third end. He is still trailing Dudd by 1 point, 3-2. No change on sheets A or C in our other playoff contenders. Those games are approaching the end of their third end. It does look like McMakin is in a commanding position over on sheet A with 2 rocks in the house under cover. Andrew Dunnam delivering the first rock of the fourth end. Dunnam's rock just drifts into the top of the 12-foot. Phillip with the first rock for Team Dudd. Hits and does wind up still in the 12-foot, so Dunnam can easily take it out. But Dunnam opts for the guard. Dunnam clearly going for a steal here. Rock here is definitely guard weight. Sweepers waited for the curl. And they're going to leave it just right at the center line. Dutt asking his lead Phillip to draw behind the guards. Does a nice draw, leaves the rock about a third of the rock exposed. Stephen Semple with his first rock. He's a little wide here. He just bumps into it. Gives up enough weight to stay in the back of the 12, but tucks Dudd's rock even further behind the guards. Dudd trying to draw into the top of the 12-foot, hopefully act as both a scoring rock and a guard. We have a score update over on sheet C. Unterborn stole 1 in the third. They are now leading 3-1. Back on sheet B, Dutt had a nice draw to the forefoot, a little deeper than he wanted, but wound up working out. Dunnam is trying to match him. But yet again, Dunnam is a little wide. Dutt's going to sweep it to the back of the 12-foot. Dutt, with 2 rocks in the 4-foot undercover, wants to add another guard to keep his rocks protected. Dutt definitely has guard weight. Sweepers are on it for line. That winds up an excellent guard.
Very nice line there by
Your mic's off. Andrew with his first rock of this fourth end. Doesn't quite get the right angle, drives his guard through the house and nicks off one in the 12-foot, removing both. He did open up a narrow hole there. I think Dutt's going to block it up. Cody delivering his first rock. Sweepers want it to curl, but they have to get on for weight. Gets a little nick off their existing guard and plugs the hole. Dunnam calling for a hit on the guards. He's going to try and double the guards and roll his own rock out of the front. Andrew with his final rock of the fourth end. It's a heater. Hits the top one on the nose. Winds up clearing a different guard and leaving the 2 existing ones. I think he's left the shot rocks fairly well guarded here. Dutt taking no risks. He's still up by 1. He's perfectly happy with just 2. Dutt's guard winds up a little heavy. There might be a hole there. If there is, it's just wider than a rock. Dunnam thinks it's there, and he's going to go for the hit through this tiny little hole right on the center line.
Well, this is why the skip gets paid the big bucks to make shots like this. Or at least
Paid with air quotes.
you got it.
Scott Dunnam with his first rock. It's definitely not that up weight. Little control. Goes
Oh, he
right
got
through
it.
the hole.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Nice delivery. Dutt is still shot rock, but Dunnam is now sitting second shot in the 4-foot. Dutt taking his time making a decision here. There's little names like that in this competition. Ely, Ellie, McMakin, McMacken. Looks like Dutt is going to go for the hit. He's sliding down to the hack, leaving his vise with the broom for a takeout. Daniel Dutt with his first rock. He looks a little wide and a little heavy. Clears his own guard, opening up the center and leaving his shot rock exposed. Dunnam can take advantage of this, do a hit and sit, and possibly have 3 in the house. Over on sheet A, McMakin stole 1 in the third end. They are currently leading 3-1. And over on sheet C, Unterborn is developing a nice fourth end, sitting 3 rocks in the house. And back here on B, Scott Dunnam delivering his final rock. He looks narrow. Sweepers are on hard. They just get it by the guard. Hits. The red rock jams in the back and doesn't go out. But Dunnam is still sitting 1-2 with 1 in the 4-foot and 1 in the 8-foot. Something happened.
Hey, Jeff, you can put it back, potential drama here on B. One of the back end players, one of front end players rather, from yellow, accidentally moved a red rock in the back of the house. They replaced it roughly where it belonged, but did not notify the other.
I think Dutt has seen the double possibility here. We've seen this shot made before here in this GNCC Junior Playdowns. Good luck to Team Dutt. It's a risky shot.
What did I say about Skip's shots before? This is where they get paid the big bucks again?
Hopefully one day. A control hit he threw. Looks a little wide. Just skinnies by the guard and flashes through the house. Dunnam winds up with a steal of 2. With that steal of 2, Dunnam winds up taking the lead after the 4th end. He's currently leading 4-3. Yeah, he's got 4 right in the house. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, there's so many guards.
That was a really interesting turn of events in that end. I think that really narrow port hit was thrown by Dunnam really changed the course of that game.
It really
that
did.
end.
Great shot by Oliver on break.
As you can hear the warm room, Team Oliver just made a fantastic promote into the 4-foot behind, I think, 7 guards. So that rock is very well protected. Apparently he drew. But back here on sheet B, Team Dunnam delivering the first rock. Interesting little side note here. At the end of the 3rd end, in all 4 of our games, the teams with the red rocks each had 3 points. Phillip delivering the first rock for Team Dutt. Over on sheet C, Team Oliver winds up scoring 2 with the hammer in the 4th end. That sheet is now tied 3-3. Phillip delivering his second rock for the 5th end. Steven delivering his first rock for this fifth end. Gets the hit and rolls behind cover. Dunnam is sitting 1-2 in the house. Cameron came out with a ton of weight here. Sweepers are on it, trying to hold the line. He's trying to skinny through the hole. Makes it between the guards. Hits and sits.
Beautiful shot there.
Steven with his second rock. Team Dunnam with what I think was supposed to be a draw, winds up nicking the guard and leaving a 3 guard. Over on sheet A, the fourth end results in McMakin stealing 1. The score over there is now McMakin 4, Suslevich 1. Dutt trying to promote the guard. Does a beautiful promote to the back of the button. Dunnam calling for the hit. Dunnam with a normal takeout weight. Hits the guard. The guard jams on his own guard and winds up rolling back in front of shot rocks in the top of the 12. So the front end half of this end is over. Now comes the back end. Dunnam needs some action to happen, but Dutt has first move. Cody as vice for Team Dutt, throwing his first rock. Sweeper's trying to get it back close to the center line. Getting a nice guard, leaving a very skinny hole. Dunnam calling for the draw around. Sweepers are on it. Skip comes out to sweep the rock. They really want to get it into the house. Plenty of room around the guard. but they wind up leaving it short as a 3-guard, protecting Dutt's existing steal of 2. Come on, tripleable? That can't be a word. The question is it quadrupleable? Those 4 rocks are really all on the center line. I can draw in my mind a quadrupleable shot. I think you'd have to throw moon weight to get it to happen, but hey, it's curling. Cody convincing his skip to go for a guard. He's going to come nick that yellow guard and winds up leaving both his rock and the yellow rock as a guard. Dunnam's in a tough position here. There's a lot of junk in front of the house, and he has to get to the button. Dunnam opting for the wide broom here, probably going for a draw or promoting the guard. Definitely draw weight here. Sweepers are on it. He's around the guard and into the house. It's a little heavy. Winds up in 3rd position. Does not cut Dutt down any. Dutt with the hammer here. He's got 2 rocks left. Dunnam only has 1. Looks like Dutt is going to try the draw around as well. And if he winds up short, he could use the guard.
It's a very high-tech device that we use to change the cameras. But thank you.
Daniel Dutt delivering his first rock. Rock looks pretty light. My mistake, folks. He leaves it in the 8-foot. But that rock is pretty wide open. Dunnam considering the hit and roll. I don't think he could take away shot with a hit and roll, but he might be able to cut Dutt down to 1. With that broom, it looks like Dunnam is probably going for a draw. If he's heavy, he will hit and roll, as long as he doesn't wind up light. Dunnam with his final rock. Sweepers are going at it hard. Looks like about backline weight. Can he skinny by the guard? No, he jams on the guard, opening up the draw just a little bit for Team Dutt to try and get 3. No reason for Dutt not to go for the draw here. I can't see anything bad happening. Daniel Dutt delivering the final rock of the 5th end. A little heavier, a little wider. He's going to go for the promote instead. Hits his own rock. Jams on the back yellow, which is perfect. Dutt takes 3 here in the 5th end. And our teams will now enter the 5th end break. 5 minutes for each team to collect their thoughts and get ready for the second half of this game. We'll take a quick break too and be back in just a few moments. quick update over on sheet C. We have Unterborn playing Oliver, and right now Unterborn has taken 2 in the 5th end, so Unterborn is leading 5-3. The game on sheet A, McMakin-Suslovich, has been a little delayed. We had 2 measurements called for at once. So they are just finishing up the 5th end now. We'll bring that score to you as soon as we can. For those of you following the playoff runs, if McMakin holds and wins, then Suslovich will drop to 2-2. At that point, if Unterborn wins, then it will be McMakin and Unterborn who advance to the playoffs from Division A. If Team Oliver wins and Team McMakin wins, then McMakin will be top slot, and Suslovich, Unterborn, and Oliver will all be 2-2 and go into a three-way tiebreaker event for second place in Division A. That would result in many more games of curling. But we're back here on sheet B. Team Dudt currently sitting over Team Dunnam by a score of 6-4. Team Dutt delivering the first rock. A very nice draw behind the guard. Winds up in the back of the 8-foot. So Team Dutt putting their first 2 rocks in the house. Team Dunnam putting 1 up as a corner guard. And now they're going to try and draw down 2. Team Dutt's rock in the back 8-foot. Sweepers are on it. They need to hold the line. Looks like they're going to get by the guard. And wind up drawing right down to Team Dutt's rock. That is really, really frozen. Second for Team Dutt, Cameron Vike delivering his first rock. Quick score update over on sheet A, where McMakin is playing Suslovich. Suslovich takes 2 with the hammer in the 5th end. The score is now 4-3, McMakin over Suslovich. Dutt with a nice clearing of the house there, leaving his own rock as the only one in the house. Dunnam trying to draw behind the red guard. Draws and is shot rock, but leaves their rock exposed just a little bit. Dutt looking to get rid of the guard. Opens up the house. Dutt looks like he's going for the double. Moves both rocks and moves them both out of the house. Nice shot for Team Dutt. So with only one rock in the house, Dunnam going for the hit. Gets the hit and rolls over to the center. Cody delivering his second vice rock for Team Dutt. Gets the hit and rolls over to the 12-foot. Dunnam calling for the hit. Gets the hit and sit.
She said she thinks she'd rather. So it looked like the. It sounded like the young girls had a. It's Virginia. Game. Oh, they had a fantastic. Right. They'd rather see the boys play. She wanted to know when the boys were playing Access. Right down the line. I think we have to, at the end of this match, let her know what the overall story is. Yeah, unless it was texted.
Dutt going for the hit. Yet another hit and sit. Dunnam calling for another hit. Gets the hit and rolls out. Dutt trying to put one in the house. It is an open house, so just a nice plain draw. Scott Dunnam with his final rock, probably looking for the hit and roll. Dunnam gets the blank. So we wind up with a blank sixth end. Teams heading into the seventh, with Dutt still leading Dunnam 6-4. No change yet for those of you following our games on A and C. They are both still playing the sixth end. Dutt with a nice draw, touching the button. Andrew Dunnam with his first rock. Dunnam wound up putting up a nice corner guard. It's a little high. Dutt having his lead Phillip, trying to draw behind Yellow's guard. Gets around the guard by about an inch, but does not make it into the house. Over on sheet C, we have a measurement. Team Unterborn has one locked, and the debate is over who is second shot. Back here on sheet B, Dunnam has a beautiful draw behind the guards, but it winds up behind the tee line. Dutt should be able to match it. Cameron second for Team Dutt with his first rock. Dutt winds up a little wider than he'd like, but comes right to the tee line. The rock's fairly exposed. You can see about 3/4 of it from the hack. Looks like Dunnam's going to go for the heavy draw, try and hit and roll off of the red on the left of the tee line. He could wind up sitting second and third. Oh, he winds up a little wide. Dutt's rock winds up jamming on Dunnam's, leaving Dutt 2 in the house and Dunnam's rock exposed. Score update over on sheet D. It was 2 red, a steal of 2 for Team Unterborn. Over on sheet C, Unterborn is now leading 7-3. Dutt with a nice hit and sit to replace the yellow rock. Dunnam coming down with upweight hit, probably looking for the double. Sweepers are waiting for the curl. Just gets the single hit and sit. Dutt again looking to take out the yellow rock. Dutt did get the hit, but lost one of his own rocks in the process. Dutt is now sitting 2 in the house. Dunnam delivers a downweight hit, hits and rolls to the right side of the house. Dutt going for the hit. Gets the hit and rolls a little further outside. Over on sheet A, McMakin took at least 3 with a hammer. It might have been 4. We'll wait for the score to be posted. Back here on sheet B, Dunnam going for the hit. Trying to hit and roll back towards the center of the house. But that rock is staying wide. He's going to wind up hitting and rolling outside of the house, leaving Dutt with the only rock in the house. Over on sheet A, McMakin got 3 with the hammer in the 6th end. The score on sheet A is now 7-3. Team McMakin sitting over Team Suslovich. If the current scores hold up, folks, then there will be no need for a tiebreaker game. McMakin and Unterborn would advance to the playoffs. Team Dutt with the first of the Skips rocks. Sweepers leaving it as a guard. Winds up as a 3 guard, just right of the center line. The shot rock is exposed by about 2/3. Dunnam should be able to come down, hit, and roll behind cover. Scott Dunnam with his first rock. It's a control weight hit. It needs to curl back just a little. Gets the hit. Rolls. An excellent roll. Rolls behind the guards on the left side. Now, he is completely covered, but we have seen curl that way. So if Dutt wants to, he could come down and bump Dunnam's rock back just a little bit to try and sit shot rock. And that looks like the plan. They waited until this moment to hang the 6 on the flag. Daniel Dutt with his final rock of the 7th end. Trying to prevent Dunnam from getting 2. Going for the draw, either the freeze or the tiny bump back. They needed to curl. It's into the house. just skinnies by and taps it and then rolls back out into the open. Dunnam can go for the hit and sit and take 2, which would tie this game up at 6 apiece. Scott Dunnam trying to get the hit and sit for 2. Sweepers are on it as soon as it's out of his hand, but now the vice calls them off. They need it to curl. They're going to get the hit, but will they stick around to get 2? Hits and rolls out of the house. Dunnam is only going to get 1. Dunnam still trailing Team Dutt 5-6. For those of you clock watchers out there, here's an update on the time clocks. Team Dutt has 23.5 minutes remaining. Team Dunnam has 28.5 minutes remaining. So Dunnam sitting comfortable on the clock. Dutt running a little tight, but they're not in any danger right now. Andrew delivering the first rock for Team Dunnam. Sweepers working to try and get it over the hog line. They think it's over. It is over just barely. Dutt looks like he's opting to put up a corner guard. Dutt winds up sweeping it into the house. Dunnam trying to put up another center guard. This one hopefully a little deeper. Sweepers work at it again. They wind up leaving it as a 2 guard, touching the center line. Phillip delivering his second rock for Team Dutt. He's into the house. Will he wind up going through it? Yes, he winds up sliding all the way through the house. Over on sheet C, Team Unterborn has called a timeout with 1 rock remaining. Back here on sheet B, Dunnam trying to draw behind the guards. Looks like they're actually going to leave it just short of the house, adding to their pile on the center line. Dutt calling for the upweight takeout. Dutt probably looking for a double to double the guards out, only gets 1. It is getting pretty cool in here. Oh. That was almost empty.
Well, it is now.
Dunnam looking to draw in. Looks a little light for the draw. Sweepers are really pounding the ice. They're going to leave it a guard. Maybe try and promote a guard in. And wind up just adding to the pile in front of the house. Dutt's got a great set of targets here. Over on sheet C, Team Oliver with the only rock left, about to throw hammer, in position to score at least 3. Maybe 4, 5, or 6, I'm not sure. Don't have a very good angle on that house. Back here on sheet B, Dutt moves all 3 guards. Clears 2 of them off the sheet and moves the other one off the center line. Excellent shot by Team Dutt. Cameron Vike deserves a cookie for that one, folks. Over on sheet C, Oliver does draw into the house for 1 more. We're waiting for the official tally for just how many points they scored. Back here on sheet B, Dunnam trying to draw behind his corner guard. Over on sheet C, that was a score of 6 for Team Oliver with the hammer in the 7th end. Oliver now is leading 9-7. That is a change in the dynamic here, folks. That has implications for 3 of our teams here. Unterborn needs to recover from that loss of 6 if they want to hold and secure a place in the playoffs without having to do a 3-way tiebreaker. Dutt currently sitting 2 in the house over back here on sheet B. Dutt has the hammer. Dunnam trying to hit and roll. Hits, rolls across the house, winds up mostly behind cover, completely behind cover. Dutt calling for the upweight hit to take out one of the guards. Vice Cody Klauser delivering his last rock in this, the 8th end here on sheet B. He's going to peel the guard. Dunnam looking to put a second rock on the house.
Oh, look at Daniel. He keeps flashing us his bare ankles. We're noticing he looks cold. You keep saying Daniel's hands always get cold.
Scott Dunnam delivering his first rock here in the 8th end. The rock is a little light. They have to sweep it to get it in the house. It is in. Counting second shot, just biting the 8-foot. Score update over on sheet A. In the 7th end, McMakin takes 2, and stealing of 2 actually. They currently lead 9-3.
Evan's on the top, right? Evan's on the top.
Daniel Dutt delivering his first rock for this 8 end. Getting the hit and punching yellow out of the house. Dunnam wants to hit and roll and somehow wind up second shot. Scott Dunnam delivering his final rock here in the 8th end. They're looking for a little more curl. They get the hit, but roll out of the house.